As AIRSOFT players, we all face the same problem every year. Winter. Cold, dark, and many AIRSOFT fields are closed. A time for maintenance, repairs, and new purchases. As a long-time AEG user, for me, HPA-powered weapons are the last great unknown. The last mystery. So, I bought one. I chose the MTW Billet Unleashed because it has a tank in the stock. This will surely come in handy if I need to switch to my sidearm. So what about the color? Leave it in black? No way. Most of the time, I painted my M4s or almost every weapon in some tan, coyote, desert colors. A couple of years ago, I read about an incident that occurred in Nairobi, where an SAS operator used a really interesting rifle. In January 2019, a coordinated attack against civilians occurred at the Dusit D2 complex in Nairobi. Among the first responders were security personnel and armed civilians. In addition, there was also an operator from the British SAS. Together with increasing numbers of army personnel, saved many lives that day. If you want to know more about what happened that day, there is a video link in the description down below, which I highly recommend. There are only a few photos in existence which show the operator and his rifle. This is why we have mostly two color gradings. This will make recreating the original paint job a real challenge, as we will find out later. For recreating the gun, we need the FRONTSET rail, which is an L11 9A2 rail, is a short version, by Angry Gun, which features distinctive cutouts on the sides. The suppressor is from 5KU and 157mm long. It features a QD system. The correct flash hider is included. The stock MTW outer barrel is a little bit too long. This is why we use some barrel extensions to get to the right length. This set from BALYSTIK features different types of extensions. For a flashlight, I use the BEGADI B600 tactical light, which comes at a low cost and looks quite similar to the original Surefire flashlight. On the other hand, the original Surefire offset flashlight mount is quite affordable. After doing some research about the components used, some sources claim this rail cover was used. By taking a look at the pictures, I could not prove if this is wrong or right. As a PEQ-15 laser housing, I used a replica from Wolverine. I'm pretty sure I butchered this name. You can find it on Amazon. The MTW allows to use real steel pistol grips, so the original ERGO grip can be used here. The original Romeo 4T optic sight comes at a price of approximately $600. So I used the quite similar X-Force XR003 solar-powered red dot sight. The mount needs to be modified later, and the side needs to be painted. To remove the front set, you only have to unscrew 2 screws, which are visible from the outside. To remove the original barrel nut, you can use a wrench or some pliers. After that, you can simply pull out the outer barrel. The new outer barrel base fits perfectly into the upper receiver. Now you can screw on the new barrel nut onto the receiver. Now you can add different barrel extensions to your liking. On the lower side of the front set you find this lug. Originally this was meant to support an underbarrel grenade launcher. You will find this one screw which you need to unscrew. Now the lug comes simply off. Now you find 2 grub screws which you need to screw on. Now it's time to attach the flash hider and the suppressor. Bringing the flashlight and the flashlight mount together was a big pain in the butt, because the screw holes don't match up. This is why I could only use 1 screw to attach the flashlight to the mount. For better compatibility, use 2 components from the same manufacturer. As I said, it's not 100% sure if the original weapon had this rail cover, but for placing my hand it's quite comfortable. To remove the original battery pistol grip, just unscrew 1 screw inside the grip. Just be careful, there is a little rod inside the grip and a little spring. For the replacement grip, you need to drill a hole for the battery cable. So, for the paint job, most of the time I do 1 or 2 coats of paint. Mostly 1 coat, because I'm a huge fan of scratches and a worn out look in general. For the body I use a light green as a base. To recreate the correct paint job from the original gun, I tried different nettings and grids to find the right measurements. I even cut out this netting from a racket, which you see here. But in the end, the results weren't satisfying, so I switched to draw the lines by hand to achieve a more organic structure of the paint job.
Geil, geil, geil. Oh.
Ja, der guckt gerade raus. Locker. Ja! Ja! Was geht hier vor? Yes. Okay. Hallo.